Hey everyone, so for this project I wanted to show you where I found the paper line that I'm working with. It is another Echo Park paper line and it's called a mini kit. So I don't know if this one has been released in a paper version, but I do know it's in various digital shops. Now the one I happened to purchase from this time was off of jessicasprague.com. And I'll just show you how I go through that process really quickly. I go to her website and then I find Digital Shop and I click on Digital Kits. Now just for time's sake, you'll see they have a lot of digital kits in here and many of them are based upon Echo Park, Glitz Designs, a lot of different designers are in here. But in particular, we'll do the Fall Mini. Okay. And here it is right here. You'll notice Echo Park all has their logo on it with the EP. So we'll click on that and then you can see really how inexpensive it is. See, when I'm doing this type of scrapbooking now, I'm just in essence printing off small journaling cards because I'm starting to kind of implement the Project Life theme. And this is the first time I've been using the Becky Higgins Project Life pages. So I'll show those here in a minute, of course. And so the printing is very minimal. And I don't necessarily need a huge selection of papers and a lot of things like that to add to my stash. Not to mention the price, $2.39. So this graphic does show you a lot of what you get, as well as the description here. It says this mini theme kit includes 5 12 by 12 pattern papers in JPEG format and 38 elements. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so first here I have my patterns section. Now what I do first is I take that Echo Park paper after I purchase it in the shopping cart and I import the papers into the My Patterns section. That way, when I click on this button up here, that's the Fill Pattern window, it will open up and let me fill in any element that I draw with these papers. And you'll see them over here entitled again, Echo Park Fall Fever, just what I named that folder. Now, as far as the elements, I put them elsewhere. I go to My Library, and down here, Echo Park Fall Fever Elements. And you'll notice it says 38. So here, again, for $2.39, I got 5 papers and 38 elements. Now, what's amazing about these elements is not only did I get the papers over there, but now I also have some journaling cards that are pre-made for me, as well as elements that can be layered any way that I like. So I love this one. It says Your Hoot. So I'll be using that one for sure. And so it's just great for fall. Even has a journaling card here with lines on it. Has some borders, has some ribbon strips. So I've used a little bit of everything in this current project. So here's a couple of the elements. What I'm doing now is, here are my completed journaling cards, but I don't want them to just be completely flat. I do like having texture and layering. So what I'm doing now is I'm copying the elements that I have in here in order to allow for some layering. Now around this box here, it is white and it does not have a border. So that one I am taking and I'm going to put it in my sewing machine, and I'm going to sew that border on to add a little bit more texture to this particular journaling card. The other thing I did was I selected this particular one and I copied it over here to the exact size. That way I have a print and cut file again on another sheet of paper that will cut these out, and I can use pop dots and then layer these elements on top of these journaling cards that I have already finished here. So now what I'm going to do is create the rest of the journaling cards for this project as well. First of all, it has this draw around rectangle. This allows me to not have to use my corner rounder every single time, and that will create the cut file that I need so that I'm able to save more time by not having to pull out my corner rounder after the fact. So what's really neat is if I click on this element and I go up here to open the scale window, right here, these journaling cards I know need to be 4 inches by 3 inches, and I can put the exact dimensions right here in this window and click apply. So here we have 4 inches by 3 inches, and it's already selected and ready to go. Now you'll notice I have the object selected. Now I want to make sure that I'm showing the dimensions and everything, because that's going to make a difference with what I'm about to do right now. I'm going to click over to my show library. I'm going to go into where my elements are, and I like this journaling card right here, Fall Fever Hoot, where it says You're a Hoot. Double click on that. Go back to my screen, show drawing area, and you'll notice it used that journaling card and filled it in completely right into that element. If I did not have the element selected, see, nothing is selected on my page. No dimensions are showing anywhere. If I had gone to the library and double clicked on that, this is what it would have done. It would have just kind of thrown it onto the sheet, and it would have been the size that the element is actually saved in on the library. But by having my element pre-selected, you can see it scaled it down and fit it right inside that element, and that just makes it fast and easy. So one of my journaling cards is practically finished for the page already. Now what I like about this is it has a little piece of washi tape, and I have some washi tape that almost matches that. So I'm probably going to use my washi tape after I print this out and just stick a layer of it right there, just to add another little visual effect. So again, you don't have to use these journaling cards just the way they are. You can add your own layering and dimension to them. Now on this piece here, I do want to add some journaling, because this is a journaling card that's going into the project. So I'll go ahead and add that now. I can't say how much I have really enjoyed working with these page protectors by Becky Higgins. The thought for Project Life is, let me spread this out so you can see a 2-page layout. The thought of Becky Higgins' Project Life, if you haven't seen it yet, is to have a picture a day and to journal about each day. So each page has, usually, which she has other page protectors out there now, but the original idea was you have 4 4x6s per page as well as 4 3x4 inserts per page. That way you have a total of 8 photos per 2-page spread. So you can have a title card and then 1 picture for each day. 1 simple 4x6 photo for every day. That way you actually journal about 7 days out of your week. But since Project Life was first released, it has expanded really to being anything flexible that you want to do, and I'm really loving it. So this was my first big attempt at Project Life. This was a trip that we took to Arkansas, and it allowed me to include so many photos, and I probably have about 5 photos per page, so it's about 15 to 16 photos that I was able to include in the end. So I really liked this. The biggest part that I love about it is it encourages me and forces me really to journal the story. That is a big issue that I must say I've been missing out of my scrapbooking, and that I'm only, to make the page look nice, I really limit how long my story is on my scrapbook page. Granted, I could put an insert behind my page. I've done that on occasion, or add pockets. But this way, it really puts the journaling out there, forces me to put it on the page, and the story is right there in front of them, very easy to follow. So this is the fall journaling card, and you can see I did the pop dots with the additional embellishments that I cut out from the silhouette. And then this brad set I found at Hobby Lobby. I'm sorry for the glare. I found at Hobby Lobby, and so they added the perfect accent. Then I also took my sewing machine and I stitched across the top and the bottom of this journaling card, as well as across here, the top and down. So, and then this is another one that's up on a pop dot. This one I just took a picture and then used a brad in the center, and then this one again is another element on a pop dot. So it really adds a bit of dimension without making the page too bulky, but yet I can still use a lot of my traditional scrapbooking methods that I like to use. This one I also added a brad and made this little banner, and then I inked the edge with some distressing ink, walnut stain distress ink. Then on this side I was able to create a title card, so I cut out all those letters on the silhouette, inked the edges, and then I journaled about each family and our story with them when we went to go visit them. So that's what I really love about this. The journaling cards really encourage me to journal so that my kids don't forget the story. You know, all of us probably have pictures from growing up, and they were stuck in this photo album. There were no names on them. We remember visiting these people with our parents, but then we had no idea who they were when we got to be adults. And in some cases, even my parents forgot the names of the people we were with. So this way, I'm able to label who everyone was, and if they ask in years to come, they'll know who they were. So same here, I just combined some photos along with elements, a little bit of hand journaling even, and then the story about what was going on, and then another little banner. So this was so easy to do. It will go faster as I get more proficient at the silhouette, and I'll continue to share my stories with you on how I made the journaling cards and matched all the paper lines and stickers. It's so easy to do in the Cameo silhouette Cameo. So thank you for watching this, and if you have any questions, feel free to mark them below, and I'll try to make a briefer tutorial on the specific object that you're asking about on how to make it on the Cameo. Thanks for watching.